Hello traders, this is Jim Comiskey, Senior Market Strategist here at MF Global, coming to you live on Wednesday the 12th of Oct, with some color on the metals complex amongst other things, okay? First of all, the opinions that I am no doubt about to express are mine and mine alone, and are not necessarily shared by MF Global, okay? The gold is currently back on here, guys. Gold up $20.50, $16.81.70. The silver up 77 cents to 32.77. Copper up 9.85 to 338.90. The greenback taking it on the chin here, down 71 to 77.20. Euro up 147 to 137.98. I just got a phone with the customer actually, but yes, a potential customer, and there's no doubt he's going to become a customer. Jeffrey down in Tucson, shout out to you, buddy. Sonoma. Okay, Sonoma Capital, I believe. Anyways, shout out to Sonoma. Right now we're in one of the most, I guess schizophrenic would be the word, one of the most schizophrenic markets that I ever remember. Okay, as long as I've been doing this. Well, actually no, there's been worse. But we're bouncing from headline to headline. We're not only bouncing like small bounces, we're bouncing huge bounces. So the volatility here is not unprecedented, but it ranks right up there. Okay, let me just read you some of the headlines that have caused the bounces, okay? Some of them anyway. I'm basically going off of a Zero Hedge article. All right, Tyler Durden. Okay, guest post, to EFS or not to EFS. If you remember, that's the European Bailout Fund. Okay, a Franco-German drama. All right, basically we're getting just a timeline of headlines that have literally accounted for like 100-point moves in the euro since 4:05 a.m. this morning Central Time. Actually, that would be Eastern Time. Okay, so 5:05 me. 4:05 this morning Eastern. Direct help from bank recapitalization from EFSF is not at all doable. The German economic minister. Okay, so the euro flies. 6 a.m. Okay, it is important to us that all banks are equipped for all eventualities and must go to market first for capital. German finance minister. Okay, so you got the German economic minister, German finance minister, both basically hitting the tapes, basically contradicting each other, but backing each other up. Kind of saying, like, to their own constituents that these banks better go to the capital markets first, and then we'll come to the taxpayer. 619. There is no doubt on the soundness of French banks, French government, economic ministry, no name. Okay. Okay. There is no doubt on the soundness of French banks. For those of you that have been following me, okay, one of my golden rules is the stronger the denial, the more truth behind what they're denying. Okay, I read that headline and I said the French banks got some serious issues. Okay, immediately look up Credit Agricole, SocGen, et cetera, and all the majors are under pressure. Okay, and that German or a French finance minister says the banks are sound. There's no problem. Okay, market's telling you otherwise. The stronger the denial, the more credibility there is to what they're denying. Okay, golden rule. 6:20 this morning, Eastern. Private capital must have priority, but French state is ready to respond to banks' capital needs when and if necessary. So the French ministry and the German finance minister obviously coordinated this to reassure the markets and hopefully, to talk directly to the taxpayers, say, hey, we told these guys they got to go to capital markets. They've tried, they're unable to do so. Now we got to dig into you, Joe Citizen's pocket. All right, so that's just a 2 hour 20 compressed. Here's the headlines we're moving on. Well, they don't stop at 6:20, but I'm going to stop reading them. Okay, but this is just a great example of the market, the schizophrenic market that we're right now in. Okay, now again, I told you guys I went on a vacation. Well, just a 3-day weekend, whatever. But I have a policy when I go away. I don't read any newspapers, okay, about financial stuff, anything, okay. TV, I turn it on. It's for sporting events or movies, whatever. I totally get away from this stuff. By the way, what's her name again? I didn't see any votes here, by the way. Heatmiser versus Becky? I don't remember her name. Yeah, so anyways, I'll finish that thought. As we're driving home, about a 3-hour drive, whatever, 2-hour drive, I hear on the radio, just came out, that the Dow was up like 300 points, or the S&P was up 38 or something like that. I called the desk. Okay, one of the guys picks up. He says, "Oh, the Germans and the French have, why is the stock market doing this? Germans and the French have agreed to come up with a plan. Well, they're planning on coming up with a plan to take care of the Greek issue. So they're planning on coming up with a plan to deal with the issue. So everything's solved." And it causes a huge rally in the stock market. What? All right, so anyways, they're not even going to come with this, and I failed to mention this yesterday, by the way, but it's still operative. All right, they're not going to let us know about the plan that they have, that they're developing, until November 3rd. It's October 12th. Okay, so the plan will be unveiled. This is just like Obama's jobs program. First, he's going to take a week or 2 weeks in Martha's Vineyard, and then he'll let us know what his jobs program is. By the way, the jobs program that he's been campaigning all over the country, you must pass my jobs bill. Okay, as you all no doubt aware, the Senate didn't even have the votes to pass his own bill. All right, so it's all politicking. He is truly in full campaign mode. It's the only job he's worried about saving is his own. All right, so as you know, as the Greek aid decision reached by Germany and France submitted to EU President, IMF aid included. All right, but we'll let you know November 3rd. All right, the FT had a beautiful, this is actually a little dated, okay, had a beautiful editorial about Greece. So the headline, this is from October 3rd, by the way. I meant to read this to you guys, but I'm not going to read the whole thing. It's a little dated, but just the headline is priceless. Greece, a lost cause. All right, so how many more billions are you going to throw after a lost cause? By the way, this euro currency rally, in my humble opinion, is nothing but a dead cat bounce. It's a trap. I'd be selling it, with a tight stop, and that's the euro currency. I still am bullish the metals, obviously, okay, but sometimes it happens where the metals and the U.S. dollar will move in lockstep, and I think we're about to witness one of those times. FOMC minutes just came out a little while ago. Let me read you some of these headlines. Some Fed officials sought to retain the option of QE3, minutes say. Some Fed officials saw QE3 as a more potent tool to spur growth. It didn't work with QE2 and it didn't work with QE1. So in terms of its potency, I'd say it's been tested and it's impotent. Two FOMC members favored stronger policy action last month. Okay, I'm not sure what that means. So I guess Operation Twist wasn't enough for everybody. Many FOMC members, said inflation risks were roughly balanced. Okay, FOMC members saw relatively little risk of deflation. FOMC minutes say labor market costs remain subdued. You know who the guys were that saw little risk of deflation. Okay, that'd be Fisher, Plosser, and Kachalakota. Okay, these are the gentlemen that have been dissenting, and I'd be cheering them on in the meet. Okay, Warren Buffett. Okay, Warren made $62,855,038 last year. Okay, he paid $15,300 in payroll taxes because that's where it maxes out. Okay, he just released this. His federal income tax came to 17.4%. Okay, I pay like 37%. I mean, how does this happen? Okay, well, the way it happens is gentlemen like Warren Buffett, okay, it's an ongoing operation, actively involved in paying lobbyists to lobby the House Ways and Means Committee members. Oh, wine and dine, who knows, backroom deals. They write the tax code. All right, so now when you make income off of your money, okay, you're only taxed at a 15% rate. So he talks about the secretary and all that. You know what? I used to like this guy a lot. Okay, just being a student of the markets and passionate about the markets. But my thinking is now he's just an opportunist. It's all he is. My hat's off to him, and I'm in awe at his lifetime worth of achievements. But the man is, I don't know. He's just not as credible as I thought he used to be. All right, but I'm going to go back to his New York Times article. All right, his op-ed that he wrote a little while ago. All right, stop coddling the super rich. You probably remember this. Okay, our leaders have asked for shared sacrifice. This was, date's not here. August 31st. Okay, August 31st. Our leaders have asked for shared sacrifice, but when they did the asking, they spared me. I checked with my mega-rich friends to learn what pain they were expecting. They too were left untouched. While the poor and middle class fight for us in Afghanistan, oh, that's just so condescending. And while most Americans struggle to make ends meet, we, mega-rich, continue to get our extraordinary tax breaks. Some of us are investment managers who earn billions from our daily labors, but are allowed to classify our income as carried interest, thereby getting a bargain 50% tax, or 15% tax rate. Others own stock index futures for 10 minutes and have 60% of their gain taxed at 15%. 15. As if they've been long-term investors. These and other blessings are showered upon us by legislators. Oh, yeah, there it is. They're just showered upon the mega-rich by legislators because, you know, it's like they're a class above the little people like us, the minions. He actually wrote this, okay? Start over there. These and other blessings are showered upon us by legislators in Washington who feel compelled to protect us, much as if we were spotted owls or some other endangered species. It's nice to have friends in high places. Okay. Now, this Warren Buffett, like this was from his little op-ed rant, New York Times, August 31st of this year. Okay, now, Berkshire Hathaway, okay, they've been fighting the IRS tooth and nail for close to a decade to avoid paying its federal tax bill. Okay, 10 years they've been fighting not to pay taxes to the IRS. Warren's speaking out of both sides of his mouth, there's no question about it. $1 billion. Okay, Warren, just write the check or stop fighting the IRS. Using publicly available documents, a gentleman named Bill Wilson of Americans for Limited Government, love the name, a certified accountant, okay, he is a CPA, detailed Berkshire Hathaway's tax problems to ALG researcher. This, I got to credit the source here for sure, humanevents.com. I'm not sure what ALG ALG stands for, but Richard McCarty. Okay, now the American people have a better idea how much in back taxes the company could owe Uncle Sam. According to page 56 of the company's annual report, Berkshire Hathaway, page 56. Okay, at December 31st, 2010, net unrecognized tax benefits were $1.005 billion. Okay, so McCarty explained. Unrecognized tax benefits represent the company's potential future obligation to the IRS and other taxing authorities. They have to be recorded in any company's financial statements. He added, the notation means that Berkshire Hathaway's own auditors have probably said that $1 billion or more is owed to the federal government. Okay, so Warren, basically just please sit down and be quiet for a little while. You're just irritating people. Last one, and I'll let you guys go. By the way, I tried to get to the comment page. I'm having computer issues. My apologies. I will basically liaise with Tim Staunton, and I'll try and get some reply to some of your comments. How we time-wise? Okay. Okay. This gem, this just nugget of intellect. Example of intellect comes from a gentleman named, he's a member of the House, Representative Keith Ellison, Democrat, Minnesota. This is just priceless. Okay, he told MSNBC that government regulations create jobs because a business will have to hire people to help them comply with the new requirements. Excuse me, that gets me all choked up. Okay. When Ellison was asked if he believes that regulations kill jobs, he said, I think the answer is no, and here's why. When we talked about increasing fuel efficiency standards, the industry responded, and they need engineers and designers and manufacturers, and they need actually more people to help respond to the new requirement. Okay? I believe if the government says, look, we've got to reduce our carbon footprint, it will kick into gear a whole number of people that know how to do that, and have ideas how to do that, and that will be a job engine, a creator of jobs. I understand what you mean, because if anything adds a cost to the business, you could assume it will diminish that business's ability to hire. But I don't think that's actually right. I think what businesses want is customers, and what if they're selling a product, if they have a product to sell, they will do well, even if they have some new regulations to meet. You know, the rest of it is just blah, blah, blah. But, you know, new regulations creating jobs. Oh, man. You know, I was talking to a buddy of mine over near my desk there. And, you know, we've always had liberals in this country. We've always had conservatives. We've always had people in the middle, okay? We've got lunatic fringe, okay? They're just out there. You know, my point is we've always had different elements of political beliefs in this country. We've never had this kind of divisiveness in Washington, D.C. You know, there's numerous reasons why. It's just amazing. It seems like you can feel it getting wider and wider. And Steny Hoyer, I tried to print the article. It was on Drudge this morning. It's shot by, I think it was on the Washington Post website. Steny Hoyer is blaming Americans for Congress's dysfunction. I guess he's kind of right. But see, Americans that voted for whoever for Congress, okay, their representatives, their senators, they're not allowed to sit in the back office rooms or on the Senate floor or the House floor and actually talk like regular people, you know, compromise, capable of compromise. Day after day after day goes by, we get these idiots offering these little pearls of wisdom that are just stunning in their, God, what's the word? In their stupidity? I don't know. For whatever reason, it seems like well, you know what it is? Here it is. It's a lack of leadership is what it is. That's what's leading to the divisiveness. If there was someone that came along like this guy and said, stop, enough. All right, this is what we're going to do. Find a way to do it. I'll work with you. I'm not going to go over to Martha's Vineyard and you present me with a plan in 2 weeks. Well, let's get in the room right now. Okay? I don't know. That's all for my rant. If you'd like to email me, please feel free to do so. My email address is just the letter J, COMISKEY at mfglobal.com. Or, you know, jump on, leave comments. Again, I apologize I couldn't go directly to them. I will attempt to do so this afternoon or tomorrow. Or call me at the desk, my number 888-800-5373. Always remember, please, ladies and gentlemen, trading commodities is inherently risky and not suitable for all investors. Thanks.